And in Europe and in other countries across the world, but not the States, we are very much now moving towards the idea that we do need some form of regulation, that actually social media companies shouldn't be given free rein to do whatever they want online, and that we need some form of intervention to make them behave responsibly. So that's really what underlies the Online Safety Act. The other thing I should point out as well is that, there are all sorts of harms that people could see in terms of democracy, elections being influenced by what was going on online, people having targeted adverts towards them that might change their minds about things, misinformation, disinformation. But a really big problem that people could see was the impact on children. So that idea of, children can now access material that they were never able to access before, that we would always, as adults, try to put some kind of limit on. Now they can access it very easily in the online world. So I think that issue, particularly about child safety, was something that was quite a big issue for the people that were arguing in favour of the Online Safety Act. So to cut a long story short, the Online Safety Act is the sort of first proper piece of legislation within the UK saying, okay, social media companies can now no longer take no responsibility for what they publish in the online world. Actually, they do have to take responsibility for what they publish, and also importantly for what they disseminate, because it's not just about, showing something, allowing somebody to tweet something. It's about whether or not that tweet then gets passed on to other people. So the Online Safety Act was about trying to say that social media companies now have to take responsibility for what they host in the online world, and it outlines a number of duties that they have in terms of identifying particular areas, particular ways in which illegal material, for example, might appear on their websites. So they have to do a risk assessment to work out how likely it is that illegal material could appear on their website and how they could stop that, how they can mitigate that. If they're told about illegal material, they have to remove that. If they have, I should also say they have additional duties when it comes to children. So if you are a platform that is freely accessible, easily accessible to anybody under the age of 18, you have an additional duty to not only protect people from illegal material, but also any material that is deemed to be harmful. And there's a kind of list of the sorts of material that might be deemed to be harmful. And this is if you're freely accessible to children. If you're not, you've got much more freedom to host whatever you want. So there's a sort of combination of different types of duties. I'm just giving you a very, very short outline here of the sorts of things that social media companies have to do. And it's really aimed at big social media companies. It's not really aimed at small websites. It's really aimed at the sort of the big hitters who have, several million viewers, rather than a kind of small website that may not attract many viewers. So it's really about those monopolies, if you like, that we all know about, the social media monopolies.